Hey guys, it's JoINrbs here with a review of the second week of Beaglerush's Thursday Night XCOM. He actually began the show with a review of my first week's review of his show, which was great fun. I felt a little bit at a loss when Beagle left the XCOM scene with no heir apparent, and I think that he's a natural at self-reflection and really, really good at letting viewers see what's on his mind. And so getting to spend that little introspective time with him was really magical to me, and I hope for more of it in the future.
I'll play-by-play his play-by-play of my play-by-play, okay?
Beagle began the night in quite good shape, with no soldiers lost yet in the campaign, and 2 to 3 abductions, 1 scout, and a council mission left to play in March.
You know, I've already forgotten everything he said in that 10-minute video, but that's fine. We're just gonna wing it. Japan, heavy abduction, 100 fun bucks reward.
The first mission of the day was a heavy abduction in Japan, and Beagle loaded out a fairly strong team, with a couple of rookies, a rocketeer, scout, sniper, and I guess himself.
Okay, I think we're good to go.
He loaded into a highway overpass map, not unlike Street Hurricane from the week before, and boldly moved forehead in search of Meld, not realizing that he was about to land himself in the hairiest situation he's been in several years.
Because we're gonna get some Meld, alright? Steve was a little passive-aggressive about that Meld dig. Alright? I'm feeling a little bit hurt by that. I gotta get the Meld today.
An awkward sectoid pull threatened to become a problem when Memester failed to kill them with a rocket, and the following move, which pulled a pot of drones in Fog of War, had viewers pulling their hair out.
Because that's my boy Obrek. I had a good feeling.
While the sectoids retreated into Fog of War like skittish rabbits in a receding hairline, the drones stayed put, and when Beagle's next turn of fire was ineffectual, succeeding only in killing 1 drone, they left their mark, dealing a 4 damage wound to Dies.
It's moderately... It could be worse.
Beagle cleaned up the rest of the active enemies with simple kills on the drones and an impressive 14% Overwatch shot from Scuba Steve to kill a sectoid in Fog of War, and then found himself in a position where a Meld canister was about to expire and there was a possibility that Memester might be able to end the mission with a rocket.
It's not what we wanted.
It turned out that there was a 4th pod on the map anyway, but I mean, who could possibly know that, right? BD pulled the 4th pod with sniper rifle fire and continued to lay down rifle fire as the sectoids advanced toward Beagle's position. He fell back on the right flank, running an overwatch with Memester to enable his soldiers to get away, and once the sectoids advanced, they were strung out and uncoordinated, and Beagle was able to advance first on the left and then the right flank, picking up kills and causing the AI to basically break and run away. The sectoids did a lot of dying, and Beagle brought the mission home.
We can't stop here! We've committed to the breach, you can't stop in the middle of a breach. Dead! Take him down.
He's down. Operational objectives completed.
It's finally over.
Considering how poorly the squad seemed to gel, coming away from the mission with no deaths was quite nice, and in fact Beagle only took 1 real wound on Dies, with the wound you see here on Black Dragon being a fatigue wound. It's worth pointing out, though, that Rooster did not promote because Beagle wasn't able to find him a kill. Another slight mistake, and those slight mistakes can start to add up into mild missteps and worrying trends.
Let's see what we got here. 8 sectoid corpses, I'm surprised. I tried to blow up a lot more sectoids than that. The rockets just missed. Honestly, Violent, it wasn't on purpose. 3 Illyrium, 3 alien alloys, 11 weapon fragments, and I got 2 Meld. You see that, Steve? I got 2 Meld canisters. It's not even difficult. $100 reduce, and panic in Japan has decreased.
Beagle bought a 5th interceptor to help him spread his testosterone missiles all over the UFOs, and then it was time to shoot down the 3rd scout of the campaign, which he achieved fairly easily, and it was on to loading out for the second mission of the night.
Johnny Lump. Couple of medkits, drum mags and Johnny Lump. He's got that extended mag loaded in, good to go, just like PUBG. Shotgun on the assault, Cappy gonna kill the outsider for us. A smattering of grenades. A couple of flashbangs. It's good enough.
Beagle loaded into the only Riparian Crash Scout map in the game. A beautiful marsh with few features down the left or right sides, but a little tuft of them in the middle. It's always lovely to take your soldiers out for a stroll on this map and get a breath of fresh air. And Beagle rose to the occasion, grabbing the 2nd Meld canister of the campaign before pulling a pod awkwardly on his left flank. He was able to deal with them pretty simply with a flanking shotgun shot and a couple of grenades, including one of the most impressive AP grenades that I've ever seen.
Oh, well, Boganova's a genius. Okay. Okay, a 1 and a 2 and a...
The next pod was no big deal as Beagle rushed aerodynamically headfirst toward them. Justicar picked up a flanking kill on the first sectoid, and Cappy tidied up the second with a run-and gun flank of his own, while Boganova was able to kill the last sectoid in its own turn as it tried to run through her suppression.
That guy is looking at the math. He's like, well, my best chance of survival is to take a dash, I guess, and run away. You know what? I don't leave you a chance of survival. That's nice.
The last pod of the night was a scenic engagement against drones. Johnny Lump killed the first with a light 'em up, falling through with a lethal shot, and Cappy and Boz finished up the other two. Beagle took a moment here to place a moratorium on bald jokes, and I think that that's fair. Bald jokes can be quite nasty. They target people for something they have little control over. And if you look at Beagle, he probably enjoys higher brow humor anyway.
Get the riot hose! Boganova from downtown. Easy!
All mission objectives complete.
Hoorah!
The mission was a resounding success, with 6 promotions and no wounds. Boganova actually picked up 5 kills on the mission, 3 with an AP grenade, and Beagle picked up his allotted mouth canister for the day. Beagle sold most of the corpses that he's collected this campaign in order to afford a 3rd satellite. This is sort of a weird time to be building a 3rd satellite. It's in the middle of the month, and that means that the satellite will be done in about the middle of April. You really want to put your satellites up at the end of a month, since that's right when you get funding from them, and also because aliens plan their missions out at the beginning of each month and will send UFOs to countries you already have satellites over. So putting a satellite up in the middle of the month doesn't do very much. It doesn't get any money for another 2 weeks, and there are no missions happening in that country anyway. It's not a big deal at all, and you do get the country bonus earlier, so that can be a big thing. But it's something to consider for your own campaigns. A minor mismanagement at worst.
We are in dire need of additional scientists in the lab, Commander.
I'm calling up because the scientists haven't arrived yet.
Unfortunately, Beagle scientists probably aren't arriving anytime soon. Pretty much everyone starts xenobiology at the start of the campaign so that it will open up council requests for sectoid corpses, which reward you with scientists. That's basically the only thing that xenobiology does. Unfortunately, Beagle got started on xenobiology 8 days late, so that's delaying that little income stream of scientists. And other than that, there's pretty much just a 1 in 3 or so chance of the council mission for the month rewarding scientists in order to get his science going. He's going to be a little bit behind on science this campaign, which is probably going to be better for viewing because Beagle's a master of the tactical game and the aliens could use all the help that they can get.
Well, you know what? Maybe we'll find a new supplier, alright? Hey, okay, yeah, no, you go fuck yourself. Alright, yep.
The last mission of the night was a swarming abduction in Russia, and Beagle put together an interesting squad featuring 2 gunners, one of them with a flush to combo with the other.
Other than that, we're relying on Sourgoat and Obrecht with the shotguns running up, slaying the A's, double trouble, fist bumping each other while they're sticking shotguns in sectoids' non-existent mouths. And then there's Duke, and she's just windmilling grenades everywhere while Claymore's just shooting at people.
Beagle loaded into the portent map, and things got underway quickly, with him deliberately engaging on a sectoid pod and accidentally pulling a drone pod as well. He was only able to kill 1 sectoid, despite having some pretty good shots against them, but the drones presented an easy target, with 3 of them landing in front of him, and all of them grouping up for an AP grenade.
Send it in! Dead!
Sourgoat was able to kill the last drone, and Claymore got a kill on a sectoid through heavy cover. Next turn, Sourgoat was able to kill another sectoid with a flank, and Scuba Steve got the kill in the last sectoid of the pod on the back end of a flush combo.
Just get him the hell out of here. It's too easy right now.
The rest of the mission was a lot safer, although not without its difficulties, with an uncharacteristic oversight, letting an XCOM soldier be overwatched out while in the open, and grenades not doing exactly what they said they would.
Been a little while since I played XCOM. I forgot the red indicator lies to you all the time.
Beagle killed the last pod quite quickly, making use of a Harlem Globetrotter's grenade from Scuba Steve, and unfortunately taking a wound on Sourgoat in the process. Then it was time to head home for the night.
Obrecht's out for 30 days. My scouts are not doing well in this campaign.
Overall, it was a good day. Another 3 missions down with no deaths, and even a melt canister to show for them. My soldier of the day is Obrecht. He picked up 3 kills on driving Blade as a rookie, sat out Red Hammer, way too easy for him anyway, and picked up another 4 kills on Silent Knife, but suffered a 30-day wound for it in the process. Thanks everyone for watching my review of Beaglerush's Thursday Night XCOM Week 2. I got a little bit of banter in there, and Beagle does look like he could use some plugs sometimes, so I just want to say that if you want to check out Beagle's stream, it's over at twitch.tv/beagsandjam or linked below. He's playing XCOM there at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every week on Thursday night, and he plays other games as well. He's a great streamer. I've been JoINrbs. If you want to contribute to me making more videos like this, I have a link to my Patreon below the stream. And I also have other stuff up on screen right now you can go check out. And I started a Long War 1 campaign of my own just last week on Twitch. If you want to stop by, I'll be playing pretty much every day there. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back next week with another summary of the next week of Beaglerush's Thursday Night Adventures.